नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बेटिया। I am JVN Dr. Minakshi, Assistant Professor in Department of Shalakya Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University. Today in this session, we will discuss a new type of conjunctivitis, which is a cicatricial conjunctivitis. So, under this topic, we will study the four other topics, which are the ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid and Steven Johnson syndrome, toxic epidermal necrolysis, and secondary cicatricial conjunctivitis. So, first is the ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid. Here are the pictures of the clinical pictures of the ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid. You can see in these four pictures the adhesions of the bulbar conjunctiva with the lids, palpebral conjunctiva. So, what is the etiology of ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid, which in short is known as OMMP? It is thought to be a type 2 hypersensitivity reaction involving BM of epithelial cells of conjunctiva, other mucosal surfaces, and even the skin. If you talk about the age, usually this ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid occurs in the age more than above the 60 years of age, but may occur in adolescence also. So, and predispositions to sex, the disease slightly more common in female than male. Then we come to the pathology of this disease. It is a chronic inflammatory subepithelial blistering disorder with subsequent cicatrization of the involved mucosa. Then the clinical features of the ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid. There are the two types of features, basically the ocular features and the systemic features. In the ocular features, there are the symptoms and signs. In symptoms, there is insidious onset of bilateral redness, foreign body sensation, watering, photophobia. Then the signs are inflammatory signs, cicatrization signs, corneal signs, and lid sequel. In the inflammatory signs, we will see the hyperemia, chronic papillae, subconjunctival vesicles, which later ulcerate. And in the cicatrization signs, we will see the loss of plica semilunaris and fornices. There is formation of symblepharon, usually inferior, and ankyloblepharon, ending in the severe dry eye syndrome. Then we will see the corneal signs in the form of superficial punctate keratitis and secondary microbial keratitis. There can be corneal neovascularization and even perforation. Then lid sequel. The patient may have the trichiasis and entropia. These were all the ocular features, the symptoms and signs. Then we come to the systemic features of the disease. The mucosa of oral cavity, the anus, vagina, and urethra may be involved. Then desquamative gingivitis is common association. Next, cutaneous vesicles, bullae, and the scar formation may occur. Then, involvement of trachea and esophagus is potentially life-threatening. Then we come to the differential diagnosis of ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid. It is need to be differentiated from the Stevens-Johnson syndrome and the other cicatrizing disorders. The treatment of ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid is the topical treatment. Second is the systemic immunosuppression, and third is the surgical intervention. First, we will study the topical treatment. In the topical treatment, we can give the tear substitutes to the patient because patient may be suffering from the dry eye syndrome due to the symblaphron and encycloblafron, and we should give the antibiotics to prevent the secondary infection, and we should give the steroids. It reduces the inflammation, but we should take a caution for the corneal melting. Then the second treatment plan is the systemic immunosuppression. It suppresses the acute phase of disease. According to the mild, moderate, and severe, according to the severity of the disease, we should give the medicines. Under the mild disease, we should give the dapsone 1 milligram per kilogram of the body weight. In case of the moderate disease, we should give the antimetabolites such as methotrexate and azathioprine. In case of the severe disease, we should use the intravenous methylprednisolone with or without cyclophosphamide for 4 days, and which is followed by the oral prednisolone. The last treatment of ocular mucous membrane pemphigoid is a surgical intervention. This surgical intervention is required in the late stage, and it also depending upon the condition. So if there, we can go for the punctal occlusion of dry eye, and we can do the silicone hydrogel contact lens use. Next, we can go the ocular surface reconstruction for advanced scarring, and we can go for the corneal transplantation, and we can go for the keratoprosthesis in extensive corneal and ocular surface scarring. Next, cicatricial conjunctivitis is the Stevens Johnson syndrome SJS, and the toxic epidermal necrosis, which is TEN. SJS and TEN, which is also known as Lal syndrome, are the acute mucocutaneous blistering diseases usually associated with severe ocular complications. The etiology of these two diseases, Stevens Johnson syndrome and toxic epidermal necrosis, is as follows. Type 3 hypersensitivity response to certain drugs such as sulfonamides, anticonvulsants, and allopurinol, and infectious agents such as mycoplasma, pneumonia, herpes simplex, and adenovirus. Then there is a clinical picture of these two diseases, the Stevens-Johnson syndrome and toxic epidermal necrosis, are as follows. We will discuss the clinical features in our next session. Thank you so much. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it soon. Thank you so much.